Out Microsoft PowerPoint 2010. Microsoft PowerPoint is a powerful presentation tool. It helps us to communicate our views and ideas effectively using diagrams, photos, charts, clip arts, sounds, colors, designs, and animated special effects. Students, if you press F1 key to open the Help window in MS PowerPoint 2010.
PowerPoint provides additional features to organize the information in a tabular format. A table is a grid of cells arranged in rows and columns. In this lesson, we will learn how to insert a table, apply a table style, and format the table using various commands.
Students, can you quickly recall which type of slide layout appears by default while opening MS PowerPoint? Before we begin, can you let me know what a table is? Let us first learn how to insert a table.
To insert a table, click on New Slide drop-down arrow on the Home tab. Select the title and content layout.
Click on the Insert Table icon present on the slide.
The Insert Table dialog box will appear. Define the number of columns and rows. Click on OK. A table will be displayed according to the defined rows and columns. Let me share a few useful tips. Intersection of a row and a column is called a cell. Click on the Insert tab and select Table. Then go to Draw Table option to draw a table.
Let us know more. We can insert a table in a slide by clicking on the Table option on the Insert tab. A menu will appear. Drag the mouse over the table grid to select the number of columns and rows you want in the table.
Okay, let's discuss about entering data in a table. After inserting table in a slide, follow the steps given below to enter column headings or row entries. Place the mouse pointer in the first cell of the table and type heading. Press the Tab key to take the insertion point to the next cell. Type heading for the next cell. Similarly, we can insert data in the table using the Tab key or arrow keys or mouse.
After typing data in the table, click anywhere outside the table. Students, by pressing F5 or select Slideshow tab from beginning.
Students, let me give you a few tips related to entering data in a table. Number 1. To edit data in a table, click on the cell to be modified and make changes in it. Number 2. To insert new rows in a table. Place the insertion point in a cell. Click the right mouse button.
Select the Insert option and click either on the Insert Rows above or Insert Rows below sub-option.
You can also select any of the options from the Layout tab. Number 3. To apply different background colors.
Select the table by clicking anywhere on its border.
Click on Shape Fill button in the Drawing group on Home tab. Select a color of your choice.
Number 4. To delete a row or a column from a table, select the row or column you wish to delete. Click on the Delete button in the Rows and Columns group on the Layout tab. Select the required option. Before we move further, quickly tell me, how will you insert a new row in a table?
Now let us talk about table tools.
When you insert a table in PowerPoint 2010, a new tab, Table Tools, appears. You will find various tools and commands present on its Design and Layout tabs, such as Border, Shading, Draw Table, Table Styles, Merge Cells, Split Cells, etc.
These tools are helpful while formatting a table in the slide. Let us understand about formatting a table style. First, let me explain you table styles. When you insert a table, PowerPoint automatically applies the table styles to the table.
You can view various styles in the Table Styles group on the Design tab under the Table Tools tab.
To apply a table style, first select the table.
Click on the Design tab to access all the table styles and other options in this tab. Hover the cursor over any table style to see its live preview on the slide. Click on the More drop-down arrow of the Table Styles group to view all the options.
Click on the desired style to select it.
Okay students, let us know more. To apply table effects, select the rows or columns. In the Table Tools tab, click on the Design tab. Then go to Table Style group. Then go to Effects option.
Let me tell you how to change table shading. Select the table.
Click on the Design tab.
Select the rows or column that you want to modify. Click the shading option in the Table Styles group and select any color of your choice.
You can also select any other option from the drop-down list of shading command.
Now let me tell you how to apply a border.
Microsoft PowerPoint allows you to add border to a table. Border helps to improve the appearance of a table. Select the cells or rows or columns you want to modify. Click on the Borders button in the Table Styles group on the Design tab. Select the All Borders option from the drop-down menu.
Border will be applied on the selected rows and columns. Students, let's know more. To change the thickness of the border line, click on the Pen Weight tool in Draw Borders group. Select any border width from the drop-down list. The pointer changes to Pencil tool. Drag the pointer over the border line and release the button. Now we will talk about border color.
The Pen Color tool is used to change the cells or rows or columns border color. Select the table. Click on the Pen Color button in the Draw Borders group on the Design tab.
A color palette appears. Choose the required color. The mouse pointer changes to pencil shape.
Click the left mouse button on the border whose color you wish to change, or simply drag the mouse on the cell border and release the button.
The line color will be changed. Now let's move on to the border style. This tool is very helpful in changing the line style of a table.
Select the table and click on the Pen Style list box on the Design tab under the Table Tools tab.
A drop-down menu appears. Select the required style. The mouse pointer changes to pencil.
Place the mouse pointer on any border of the table and click on it or drag the mouse pointer on it.
Observe the change.
Students, note the fact: to erase a line of a table, click on the Eraser tool in the Drawing Borders group on the Design tab of Table Tools tab. Position the mouse pointer on the line that you want to erase and click on it.
Let us now find out about aligning text.
Alignment refers to the positioning of text in a table or cells or rows or columns. By default, the text is aligned to the top of a cell. You will find 6 alignment buttons on the Layout tab, which are Align Text Left, Center, Align Text Right, Align, that is top, center vertically, and Align Bottom. Select the cells or rows or columns whose text alignment you wish to change.
Click on Center Vertically button in the Alignment group on Layout tab. Observe the change in the text alignment.
Likewise, you can select any alignment from the given choices. Alright students, let us learn about charts in PowerPoint. Chart is an effective way to display data in a graphical and pictorial form.
Charts make it easier to show comparisons and growth, relationship among the values and trends in data. Charts provide an accurate analysis of information. When we insert a chart, the data is displayed in a special window called Data Sheet. A chart gets updated automatically with any change in data.
Can you now let me know the importance of charts in PowerPoint?
Let us discuss the components of a chart. Number 1. Chart area.
The chart area includes the complete area and all the objects in a chart.
Number 2. Category axis or x-axis is the horizontal axis. The matter that is compared and presented in the chart comes under it.
Number 3. Value axis. Value axis or y-axis is the vertical axis that is used to plot the values.
Number 4. Data series are the bars, slices or the other elements that show the data values. Number 5. The category names are the labels displayed on the x and y axis. Number 6. The plot area is a window within the chart area. It contains the actual chart itself and includes plotted data, data series and category and value axis.
Number 7. Legend. It depicts the colors, patterns or the symbols that are assigned to the data series. Number 8. Chart title. It describes the aim and contents of the chart. Number 9. Grid lines. These can either be horizontal or vertical lines depending on the selected chart type. They extend across the plot area of the chart. Grid lines make it easier to read and understand the values. Okay students, now let us learn about inserting a chart. To insert a chart on a slide, follow these steps. Click on the Layout button present on the Home tab and select the Title and Content Layout from the drop-down menu.
Select the Click to Add Title placeholder and type Monthly Expenses. Click the Insert Chart icon on the slide. The Insert Chart dialog box appears.
Select the chart type in the left pane and the subtypes of the selected chart will be reflected on the right pane.
Select the column chart and click on OK. The chart will be displayed with a data sheet that contains the default data.
You can replace the default data with your own data.
To delete all the data from the data sheet, move the mouse pointer to the blank button, upper left corner of the column indicators. The mouse pointer changes into a large plus sign of white color. Click on the button. The entire data sheet will be selected. Press the delete key.
Click the cell beneath column B, that is B1.
Type Jan, press the tab key. Type Web, press the tab key.
Type March and press the Enter key. Click the cell adjacent to the row 2 header, that is A2.
Type Food, press the down arrow key. Type Water Bill, press the down arrow key and type Rent and then Electricity Bill in the next row.
Click the cell B2 and type 800. Press the tab key and type 850. Similarly, type the entire data as shown in the figure. As you enter the data, the chart gets plotted automatically. To close the data sheet, click on the Close button on the title bar of the data sheet. Let us know more. We can also insert a chart in any slide by using the Chart button present on the Insert tab in the Illustrations group.
Okay, let us now find out how to change the chart type.
You can change the chart type as needed. To change the chart type,
select the chart.
Click on Design tab under Chart Tools. Click on the Change Chart Type button in the Type group. The Change Chart Type dialog box will appear. Select any chart type and click OK. The chart will change accordingly. Students note the fact that if you select the chart and click on the Select Data button in the Data group on the Design tab, the Select Data Source dialog box will open, which contains option to add or edit or remove series, change the chart data range, etc. Make the modifications as needed. Let us now learn how to format a chart.
Formatting improves the appearances of a chart. We can format the chart to add title, change the text, font, line, color, width, border, style, legends, data series, etc. When we insert a chart, 3 new tabs will appear on the ribbon.
Design, Layout and Format, containing various chart tools and commands that allow you to modify and format the chart. Students, splitting a cell means dividing the cell further into separate cells, rows or columns. Place the pointer on any cell and select the Split Cells tool in the Layout tab. Whereas to combine the data in a single cell, use Merge Cells option in the Layout tab. Let's now learn how to modify the chart layout.
The chart layout determines how specific chart information will appear. To change the chart layout, select the chart and click on the Design tab.
Scroll through the options in the Chart Layout group or click on the More drop-down arrow to all the available chart layout options at once.
Select any chart layout according to the need. Now, let's look at additional chart formatting. Use the tools on the Format tab to modify the chart in various ways.
Using this tab, we can change the chart outline, format the chart text and more.
Let us now find out how to change the shape, styles and color. Quick styles for lines include line styles, gradients, various effects and shadow. Select the line that you want to change.
Select any quick style from the Shape Styles group on the Format tab under Chart Tools, or
to view more quick styles, click the More button and select the desired style. Students, a note for you. Likewise, you can change the background color, outline and effect by using the Shape Fill, Shape Outline and Shape Effects options respectively in the Shape Styles group. Now we will discuss about changing background colors and patterns. We can modify a chart by changing its colors, patterns and background.
right-click on the plot area of the chart and select the Format Plot Area option from the context menu.
The Format Plot Area dialog box will appear. Select the border styles, border color, shadow effect according to your choice. Click on the Fill tab.
Then click on the Picture or Texture Fill option from the right pane as shown in the figure. Select the Texture button and choose the required texture from the display choices.
Click on Close button and observe the change.
Students, let us know more. After closing the data sheet, if you want to make any correction or modification in data, you can reopen it through Chart Tools, then go to Design tab, then go to Data group, then go to Edit Data option. Or right-click on the chart. Select Edit Data option from the Shortcut menu. Okay students, if you want to know more about PowerPoint 2010, visit http://office.microsoft.com/in/PowerPoint help/PowerPoint #2010 #tips and #tricks #RZ102673175.aspx. Let us quickly glance through the key points discussed in this chapter. Microsoft PowerPoint is a powerful presentation tool. To insert a table in a presentation, select Title and Content from the New Slide button on the Home tab. We can apply formatting effects on a table by using Table Tools, Design and Layout tabs. Chart is an effective way to display data in a graphical and pictorial form. Chart area includes the complete area and all the objects in a chart. Plot area includes plotted area, data series, category and value axis. The chart title describes the aim and contents of the chart.